What up, though? Hey, people. How y'all feeling? It's your boy. Go MC Spaceship Oasis Incredible back with another edition of In This Corner. Pro Wrestling with a Kick. This is my Raw recap for October 7th, 2024. I tried to get here a little earlier. But I was eating tacos. Hold on. I tried to get in a little bit earlier, but I was eating tacos. And, you know, what up, Cass? What's good, my baby? I watched some of the Gunther match. I kind of knew what was going to happen. I didn't think Gunther was going to lose. So when the match was over, like, we didn't really get a run over or anything, right? It was 2 hours, and this is our first 2 hour show that we've had in a very long time for Monday Night Raw. I don't think it was weird. I think it's just weird that I'm done watching wrestling early. You know, I'm used to watching wrestling until 10, then doing this till about 11, then grading papers, so I can actually get done by 10, take my hour of papers, and I'm cool. I'm Spodioti. You feel me? So it was a great action-packed night of Monday Night Raw. Oh, I got a new drink, man. Lemonade and peach soda. Oh, try it. When I tell you fire, y'all might be on it. But some lemonade and some peach soda, it's fire. We got the match set up for Crown Jewel. Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. I like how they didn't allow Cody to talk about what happened with KO on Raw. Because when Cody came at first, before I had to remember about it, but I was like, why is Cody here? Right? And I forgot that they kind of have to set up Crown Jewel. And, you know, I was thinking he was going to talk, and he had a little segment with Sami Zayn. We'll talk about that later. But I like that they didn't have Cody talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I like that they had him just focus on Crown Jewel. That's all we need. And tonight, with it being 2 hours, it seemed very action-packed. And I was thinking to myself, I said, why SmackDown don't feel like this? Right? SmackDown don't feel like this on Raw. SmackDown feels very drawn out. It feels long. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel like this flow. Even for me at the beginning, they had their 3 big promos right at the beginning, or 3 big segments right at the beginning. They did not have, I'm trying to think, they did not have long promos in the middle of the show, which cut off a lot of time. You had 4 matches. Usually you're getting about 6 on a 3 hour Raw. So to have 4 matches in 2 hours, I liked it. What up, Courtney Gray? What up, Ship? What up, Tan? So let's go ahead and recap. It was from St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah, Crown Jewels don't need a belt. It does not need a belt. I don't know what they try to make Crown Jewel feel important. They trying to make that Saudi money feel important, but that's so bragging rights. That's so Survivor Series. Like, you don't need that match. Like, do you want Cody to lose? I'm thinking early. My early thoughts is Cody's going to lose due to KO. That's my first thought. But I just don't see Gunther losing. If Gunther loses his belt, this is the thing. This is why I don't like these matches. They should have came out with the IC title or the US title, the women's title. This is my thing. Because I remember with Survivor Series, and you would have like the favorites. They would have the Raw team was always stronger, right? And if SmackDown won, you really didn't give a shit, right? But if Raw won, it was like SmackDown's beneath them, or vice versa. And that's how I feel here. Like if Cody wins, that means Gunther's beneath him. That means Gunther's beneath Cody. And they've had some great matches. And you say matches, Royal Rumble. When they was in the Royal Rumble twice, they had some great little mini matches. So I think it's going to be a great match. Am I the only one getting tired of Cody almost already? Cody needs some blood feud. Cody needs something that really makes him. I hope this with Kevin helps him. But Gunther right now is damn near my favorite heel. Right? Gunther might be my favorite heel right now. I can see Gunther whooping that ass though. But let's go ahead. So you had the beginning, the shots and everything, and it talked about Bad Blood. And your girl was there. Big Ship's first crush, Cass, baby mom, Sexy Red, was in the building. I don't knock her. Get your money. She got to live with them tattoos. She got to live with all that shit. Not me. So get your bread. If they gonna give it to her, give it your bread. CM Punk comes out. He comes out limping. What I liked about this, he did not go to the ring. He sold Hell in a Cell very good. I mentioned on Saturday during our watch along, I did not think we're gonna see Drew to the Royal Rumble. I don't see we're gonna see Drew until the Royal Rumble. That gives them time to give him a new feud, take a break, be with his family, be with his wife. Drew has been phenomenal this year. He's held it down while Seth was out, while Punk was out. He fought some great matches. So I think Drew does need this time. He comes out looking, couldn't even walk the ring. He just said he was ready to go home. He didn't think he had a Hell in a Cell in him. He still don't. And it didn't feel like a retirement speech, but it felt like a Punk ain't gonna wrestle all the time anyway. We know this. Punk's not gonna be on Raw every week. You know what I'm saying? Unless he has a feud. Right now he doesn't have a feud. He can go home for a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks, come back, possibly fight Gunther at Survivor Series. Possibly fight Gunther at Survivor Series. And then as he's leaving, Seth Rollins comes in. And I'm like, Seth. Seth already got the Bronson Reed joint, but they had to tease this. Because this is still the feud for WrestleMania. Punk Rollins has to happen. Seth Rollins and CM Punk has to happen. So they come face to face. And then Seth comes to the ring. Seth says he wishes Punk to get well soon so that he can retire him. So he can officially retire CM Punk. So they're not giving up on that feud. A lot of things happen, but they're not giving up on that feud. So I also said Punk leaving, Drew leaving, Rollins in. You had Rollins out, you had Punk out, then you had McIntyre in, you know, and so I like this. It keeps Raw fresh. SmackDown don't have enough wrestlers to do this, right? Raw does. Raw has enough. And so Seth comes back, and Seth is ready for Bronson Reed. Yeah, you jumped me last time, 6 tsunamis. But this time, I'm in your face, player. What's up with it? Right? What's up with it? And so Rollins challenges Reed. I was thinking that was going to be a Survivor Series match, but now I'm starting to think maybe the first one's going to be a crown jewel, and Rollins may get his win back at Survivor Series. Maybe. I don't know. Bronson Reed needs to be on a PLE. Him fighting Seth will be a good match on PLE. I don't think we've seen the best of Bronson Reed. For y'all that don't know Bronson Reed, has not seen Bronson Reed work, I don't think we've seen the best of him yet. And so I think him and Seth putting on a good big man, little man match Get it sexy. I think that's gonna be a good match. I think that could be, and it may not even be on pay-per-view. The way they're doing Raw now, that may be on the Saturday Night Main Event. I don't think it's gonna take that long to December. No. It might be on a Raw. It might be on a Raw. And then while Seth's in the ring, here comes Jey Uso. Like this was around 7:15, 7:18, somewhere in there. And it just all intertwined. And so even Rollins, he brought up that since he's been gone, Cody Rhodes is teaming up with Roman Reigns. Mind you, Seth Rollins is the one that helped Cody. And this is the thing. I didn't see this at first, but now when you start thinking about it, like all these people Roman beat up, all these people that Roman embarrassed, humiliated, held down, including you, Cody. And you said you were fighting for all these people, right? But now you're fighting with Roman Reigns. You're teaming with Roman Reigns. I felt that because, like, if my friend start fucking with my ops, I don't really know how I feel about that. You hear me? I feel some type of way. Shit. If all of a sudden my person, my people that I went to the trenches with, all of a sudden start fighting with my ops, I'm going to feel some type of way too. Like, bro, hold on. What we do all this for? Why help you beat him if you just going to team with him? No. But Jey Uso came out around, I know, right? I know, right? So Jey Uso comes out with Xavier Woods. This match was only 7 minutes long. I'm not a Xavier Woods fan. I did notice Kofi had on black, so I was like, ooh, what if Kofi turned? What if they both turn? What if Kofi says, you know what, you're right, Xavier? But Jay daps up Samantha Irvin during the ring entrance. It was a pretty decent match. Xavier had most of the control. Like I said, it was only 7 minutes. I don't know. It wasn't built up enough to be longer than that. But what was the purpose of it? Because, especially with Xavier Woods in it, right? Because we got that storyline. So Xavier Woods comes off the ropes. Jay hits him with the super kick. Uso splash, 1, 2, 3. Kofi comes in the ring. You know, they shake. They give a handshake. Xavier does not want to shake Jay's hand. And even in the match, you know, they was trying to give the boo yeet boo chance. Xavier wasn't getting a lot of buzz with that either. I'm just not a Xavier Woods fan. I'm not a big Xavier. I'm a big New Day fan, not a big Xavier Woods fan. Sorry, never been a fan of it. But he leaves the ring, and as Jay is in the ring, here come Braun Breaker. Now, last week, Braun Breaker made us feel like he was gonna go after Gunther. He felt like he was going to turn face, and he speared the shit out of Jay twice. Like, nah, player. So I don't know if they had to backtrack on something, if they had to tweak something, or if this was the plan all along. So then Kofi is trying to help Jay, and Woods like, nah, fuck that dude. Fuck that dude. He ain't us. But Kofi gets in the ring, gets speared for his trouble. Right? So they outside, him and Xavier Woods outside the rope, and then boom, here come Braun round the corner. Now he spears Xavier Woods. Not a great looking spear, but a spear nonetheless. And out of all three of those, Xavier Woods is the one that needs to be speared the most. So that sets up a Kofi versus Braun Breaker match next week that we'll get to. Then you had the Rhea Ripley promo. She's, saying, okay, I'll come through both of y'all. Okay. I knew you had to do some flagrant stuff. Rhea, you knew you wasn't winning Saturday. You knew you wasn't winning Saturday. And I was thinking, those shark cages that Dom was in, ain't them the same cages they have for War Games? When they have them at the end of the ramp? Dom took that, but you know they did say it botched. The ending botched. And I think Liv was supposed to win, but Liv like fuck y'all, and she talked about that later. Then they had the little promo for the PFR. People say that's the War Raiders. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. So then you had the recap of the Crown Rule title. Then they show Cody. I'm like, why is Cody here? They interview Braun in the back. Braun doesn't say anything. You got the Sheamus and Pete Dunne recap. And then we're going to go to the Donnybrook match. But before the Donnybrook match, you got Karrion Kross and The Miz. And while The Miz and Karrion Kross is talking, real quickly you see that there you are. And that's the why it's 6. So I'm wondering if they're going to go after the New Testament or are they going to go after Miz? So we got to see with that. And so Kross thinks he did something, right? And The Miz like, bro, this ain't has shit to do with New Testament. I'm not joining New Testament. I did this because I'm The Miz and people keep sleeping on me. And the Truth dumbass come out there and he's like, man, listen, I know why you did that, but let me just reassure you, I'm not with Judgment Day, which I thought was funny as shit. Like he really brought that back. Like I am not with Judgment Day. And so The Miz is like, no, bro, we're done. We're over with. And he's like, no, I'm going to talk to Adam Pearce. We're going to get a match. He said, matter of fact, how about we get a match next week? And Kross made a comment to Truth like, see, this is why people won't take you serious. You need to fight or something, right? He was just instigating. Karrion Kross just a little instigating little shits, right? It wasn't bad. Wasn't a bad promo. Wasn't a bad segment. Karrion Kross and The Miz are just two of not my favorite wrestlers right now. But we're gonna see what Karrion Kross does. So next week you got The Miz versus R-Truth. At 7:53, so at 7:18 we had the Jey Uso Xavier Woods match. At 7:53 you had Pete Dunne and Sheamus in a Donnybrook. And Pete Dunne has a cricket bat. Sheamus has the shillelagh. And what I noticed here around 8:01, I said, oh, they're actually wrestling through the 8 o'clock transitional hour. You know, usually at the top of the hour, they usually have an interview because they have 3 hours. They have a long segment. A lot of it's been Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. But now, since you only have 2 hours, they were wrestling. And this was hard hitting. They was hit with the shillelaghs. They was hit with the cricket bat. There was one time Pete Dunne hit him with a cricket bat so hard. I was like, ooh, they had these little whiskey barrels. Pete Dunne hit a tornado DDT off the whiskey barrels by the ramp. Then they eventually get on top of the barrels right by the announce table. He gives them the 10 beats to the Boweries. He hit them with the shillelagh. And it sound real. I like when they fight. I didn't like necessarily the first one because I didn't think Pete Dunne really felt like he should be in there with Sheamus. But this match felt more like Pete Dunne Woodhouse. The joint manipulation. Oh, I just want to do somebody like that. I just want to take somebody's fingers. Just one good time. Oh, that shit look like that hurt. You feel me? I don't see how. No. But he gives him the 10 beats to the Bowery. And then he gives him white noise through 2 tables. I missed the 2 tables being set up. I don't know if they set them up or they was already set up. But he gave them white noise. And I was like, on a Raw? On a Monday night Raw? Like, that's the thing. We like have these PLEs, but if you really pay attention, Monday Night Raw is becoming like mini PLEs. They're giving you main event matches, right? Like you had the IC title, then you got this match, the Donnybrook match. And this was a hard-hitting match. It lasted about 14 minutes. And then Pete Dunne gets the upper hand and he goes and gets the drawer from the bar, hits him, knocks him out with the drawer, and then puts on zip ties. I'm like, zip ties? What up, Carlin? Shout out to Atlanta, Miami. I hope y'all safe over there, Carlin. Hope your family's good and everybody good out there. He got him with the zip ties. And he had the cricket bat. Now, he hit him with the knee first, I think. It was a knee or a kick, right? I was like, ooh, he finna just be fucking up Sheamus. I just really thought he was finna win. But he went with the cricket bat. Sheamus blocked it. Hit him with a kick, then hit him with the bro kick. And with his arms tied behind his, or zip tied behind his back, he pins Pete Dunne. This was a great match. This was a very fun match. It was a very clean Donnybrook match. Like, I don't like street fights and no hold bar matches that just look clunky, right? It still had its dose of wrestling in it. It still had its dose of aggression. They used the props well. Even with the white noise, it did feel scripted a little bit. Like, you could see Sheamus looking back, but I understand. Who am I to be picky about that? I ain't finna motherfucking do it. I ain't finna let nobody give me a white noise through 2 tables. It didn't seem like it was impactful, but once again, you're off, what, 3 barrels? Something like that, 3 or 4 barrels? I'm good, player. But it was a good match. And it was a good 14-minute match. I think this was the right amount of time for this match. It didn't overstay its welcome. It had a commercial break, but it was still a good match. And then once again, I'm like, Cody. Here come Cody. Why Cody here? Why Cody go somewhere? But then I remember Cody. This is my thing. Cody Rhodes tonight was too happy after getting his ass whooped. Cody, you got your butt kicked by KO. Your friend. And you up here happy? Talk about, nah, I don't want to talk about it. We're going to leave all the speculation for Friday nights. Good. I'm happy you did. But, he say he just here, to see about the championship. Then he sees Sami, and then it clicked to me like, ooh, I wonder how Sami feel about this. Because the last time Sami and KO were friends. Now they've had their ups and downs, and Cody called him friend. Like, Cody, you just acting too gullible for me. You're acting way too fucking gullible for me, Cody. Right? Like, I wouldn't be happy right now. I wouldn't be in a happy mood right now. Because I don't know who mad at me because I teamed with Roman. And I think that's something that they missed on. I think they should have had more people upset that even on Raw. Because there's people on Raw. Jay could have walked past him. Sami could have walked past him. Seth, he could have interacted with Seth. Like, bro. What's up, bro? Even Xavier Woods. Because Roman broke his crown. Cody should have been interacting. Cody needs to interact with more people besides Randy Orton and KO that are like, bro, huh? You feel me? They showed a recap of the last Monster Standing. It was funny because Wade Barrett had the cricket bat in his hand. I've never had a cricket bat. I want to see what a cricket bat feels like. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how heavy it is because it sounded heavy. Then you had your Dom Liv and Raquel promo. They pulled up. And I guess this is part of Raw now. Right? It's 2 hours. So I don't need you to be on there for long promo. They did a quick promo. Liv said she's looking forward to fight Nia at Crown Jewel. And matter of fact, they're gonna leave. So they left. And that was right when they were about to ask, was Raquel part of Judgment Day? Now, this is what I start thinking. Will Liv lose her title at Crown Jewel to Tiffany Stratton? Will Liv, because I see Liv getting her ass beat by Nia. Raquel's gonna have to do something to break it up, to stop it. There's no way Liv is gonna beat Nia Jax. There's no way Liv should beat Nia Jax. Right? So Raquel's going to have to do something. If not, I see an Annihilator. I see Tiffany Stratton at ringside. And I see Tiffany Stratton cashing in. And because I think this Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton stuff is a red herring. I think they want to keep both of them heels. And I think a Tiffany Stratton, even a Tiffany Stratton Charlotte or Tiffany Stratton rematch at WrestleMania could work. Could work. I could see it. I definitely could see it. But we'll see. What else I have? Then you had the Ethan Page, Adam Pearce, Ava, and Sexy Red segment. I like that Ethan Page came on there. I almost thought Ethan Page might have came out last night. If Drew was gonna win, I mean Saturday. If Drew was gonna win, I would have liked to see Ethan Page come and do something to Punk, and that would be his way to the main roster. But seeing him come up, he was just there. I don't know where it's gonna go from there, but they were talking. Sexy Red was hyping that she's performing tomorrow. Yay! Tell me what time so I can skip that part. Ava, she said she was off work, but she was just there for Sexy Red or whatever. So we're gonna see what Ethan Page, because I can also see an Ethan Page CM Punk feud, just to hold out, even after Gunther, or if Punk fights Gunther, have Ethan Page interfere, have them feud for a little bit, and then have you hold off Seth and Punk until WrestleMania. You don't have to have them wrestle before WrestleMania. You don't need Punk and Seth Rollins to interact before WrestleMania, right? You can help Ethan Page get acclimated to the main roster if that's where you're going to bring him to. Then you had the Unholy Union, 822. This is our fourth match, 822. Unholy Union and PFC versus Natty, Lyra, Zelina, Chance, Carter, and Carter. And the first thing I thought when I saw and Zelina came out with her Puerto Rican flag, I said, Zelina, please don't cry. Zelina fucking cries all the time. Don't she? She be so emotional. She's so emotional. Please don't cry. Right? But it was a pretty fast-paced match. They started out fast, right? And everybody was in the ring, and they did some high spots. They was going out, jumping over the ropes and doing all that. And I was like, oh, this is going to be like one of them old Diva matches that last like 2 minutes. But it went to commercial break. Even the commercial wasn't fluid. They came back. It was still more good wrestling. And it was still fast-paced. The slowest it got, I think, when Zelina was in there. Zelina's still kind of clunky in the ring. But everybody else was pretty smooth. And Lyra ends up hitting the top rope leg drop, which I don't know why, because Carmella got the first 48. You need a new move. I'm not a proponent of people having the same move, right? But she wins. And then I said, Zelina has won twice recently. Let's go to Wikipedia, y'all. Zelina didn't win for a very fucking long time. And even though she's winning tag matches, she's winning. Zelina wasn't winning for a long time. So, and then you notice they got a 5-on-5 match. So they got at least 10 females that the crowd knows on Raw, not including the other 3. You got Becky somewhere in the shadows. So you got 14 females on Raw. You got 14 females on Raw. That is a good number. That's a lot you can do. And that's not including the tag champs. And 16, because you got Damage Control on Raw. 17, 18. So you got them to 20 females on Raw. I say 18 because Bianca and Jay really on SmackDown. So you got 18 females because you got Asuka, you got Dakota Kai. You got something that we ain't even seen. Oh, Maxine, Ivy. Yeah, you got 20. You got 20 women on Raw. You got these 10. You got Leah, Raquel, Rhea, Becky when she come back, Ivy now, Maxine. Who else? Nikki Cross. You got a lot of females on Raw right now. That's most of your Royal Rumble right there. I'm not gonna talk about SmackDown. Yeah, no talk about SmackDown. 8:39. That's when we get ready to start the Gunther versus Sami match. Before that, Bianca and Jade sets up the match for next week against Damage Control for the tag titles. Also, once again, like I said, Kofi and Braun Breaker. And I start thinking, if they're gonna do a title match every week, I like that. And that's another reason why you only need 5 matches on the PLEs. You can do a title match every week to make them feel important. You can do a title match on Raw damn near every week and make them titles feel important. Because you still got the tag titles. You still got the IC title, which you defended 2 titles tonight, right? You got the women's tag titles. You know what I'm saying? So you can do that. And you can make Raw feel important without having to put all the championship or all the title matches on a PLE. I like that. But Gunther versus Sami was amazing. It was good. I never thought Sami was going to win, but he had some nice hope spots. He had the haluva kick on the outside. He had I watched Simon Miller. You know he never gonna win with the Blue Thunder Bomb. Then you had the haluva kick on the inside. You had Gunther doing Gunther things. Sami kicked up at one. I was like, oh, like it was a good match. It was suspenseful, and it may have been like a half a second when I was like, they're not gonna get Sami to win, are they? But I knew they wasn't. I think this was a match for Gunther to get his lick back. Right? This was okay. This also takes Sami, because he got choked out. This takes Sami off air as well, which, he went off for a few after stem cell, and then he came back. And I think this can help him actually prepare for the bloodline, because I don't think Cody's going to fight in War Games. I think Cody has to fight KO. And I hope KO wins the title. But I don't think Cody's going to fight in War Games, because I don't think KO is going to fight with the bloodline at all. Kevin is real. I don't fuck with them, right? So he's going to fight Cody one-on-one if it's not a triple threat with him and Randy Orton. But that's kind of a repeat from WrestleMania, so I necessarily wouldn't want that. But they're going to take Sami off so that Jimmy comes, asks Jay, and Jay asks Sami. And that's the way they bring the OG bloodline versus the new bloodline. And so I like this Raw. This Raw was very fast. It was very fresh. It was not heavy on it still had its segments, but it wasn't heavy on the long, boring promos, which I think helped the flow of it. You had 4 matches, and even Gunther match that was about 20 minutes. About 20 minutes long. So you had a 20-minute match. You had, I don't know how long the Unholy Union match. I would probably say about 7-8 minutes. So you had about 7-8 minute matches, a 15-minute and 20-minute match. 35. You had about an hour of wrestling. 46 minutes of wrestling. Could have did a little bit better. Give me a good hour. Makes it hour. With the promos and everything. But I'm not tripping about it. I'm not tripping about Monday Night Raw tonight. I thought it was a good night. I thought it was a good show after the pay-per-view, and also also after the pay-per-view, but moving from 3 hours to 2 hours. I would probably give this one probably about I give it about 3.5. I give it about 3.5. It wasn't the greatest. Like the Sami Zayn Gunther match, it was good, but it was anticlimactic. The IC title was very short. It had Natty, so that brings it down a point. But the 10-man tag was okay. I think the best match was the Donnybrook match. I think that was the best match tonight. The opening segment was the best segment of tonight. So I rock with it. What y'all think about it, man? Y'all comment down below. Hit me up on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get up out of here. I got some papers to grade. I don't be trying to be here long. So I love y'all. Y'all know who it is. Check us out this Thursday, D-Wild already a Thursday night house party. It's your boy, Gorm C, Spaceship Oasis, the Incredible. I'm out this thing. Peace.